5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it's live.
This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Watch and subscribe on YouTube and listen on your podcast platform.
Good evening, everybody. How the devil are we? Welcome along to the worst prediction show for getting predictions right in the world, Leicester Till I Die. Welcome along. If you're in the chat, join in, get your predictions in. But remember, whether you're watching live or watching on catch up, click that like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell and share it with any Leicester City fans that you know. And if you're listening via your favourite podcast platform, Gracias Penis, or as the Spanish say, thanks cock. Right. Oh, it started. How are you doing, Josh?
Well, again, after another week's shit show of an episode for myself, all right, I guess. Not too bad, pal. Other than the results, I'm doing all right, mate. I'm all good. I can't complain. Everybody's healthy and happy. So, how about yourself, mate? How are you?
Yeah, not so bad. It's been one of those days today when I've taken one step forward and two back. But I tell you what I am doing tomorrow. You're probably too young to remember this, but Captain Scarlet and the Thunderbirds and the people that made that, Andersons. So she was called Sylvia. I'm not sure what the husband was called. I'm interviewing the daughter tomorrow.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yes, indeed. So I'm sure I'm going to sit there and feel extremely old. I mean, they say you should never meet your heroes, but what about growing up with them? I mean, could they not have adopted me? I would have loved that. Captain Scarlet was my favourite. I had a little captain. Anyway, welcome to all our yesterdays. Right, let's get in now. You may or may not have noticed there's been a little bit of trouble this week with the president of the USA and a couple of talk show hosts. I don't know if you've seen that at all, Josh.
I've not, mate, to be honest with you. I mean, mainstream news, it's sort of quite depressing, so I try and steer clear of it if I can.
Totally depressing, but not only did he have a go and got a couple of the, because I mean, late night chat shows are all the rage over there. He also had a go at sort of the Mayor of London, but I have to say, nothing to worry about that tonight because look, listen to what we got.
Wonderful. Chris is wonderful. I love him to bits, and I am unanimous in that opinion. This is the #1 show in the UK. In fact, I should get Chris working as my press officer. Only yesterday, Melania said to me that Chiss is so sexy, Donald, can we get Chris's show in the bedroom?
Well, what can I say? Melania, you can have whatever you want of mine in the bedroom. Let me do that. And if that wasn't good enough, obviously, he has his little puppy that runs the side of him.
King Donnie has just said, I too am a Chris fan and I love to wake up with him in the mornings.
There we go. I don't waste my afternoons, you know.
You should do yourself a Barry Fry one.
I did seriously think about contacting the club. Good evening, Barry, by the way, if you're watching. Hope you're well. Certainly better than last week, anyway. Oh, God, let's not go there again, please. Right. Anyway, looking at last week's scores, I don't know if they are particularly clear or not, because the EFL let me down this week. But it started off, and I thought, wow, this is going to be my week. Middlesbrough 2, West Bromwich Albion 1, 3 points, and as I always have done throughout my marriage, I peaked too soon.
At least you peak, though, Chris. I don't.
No.
I'm still in the relegation zone at the minute. I'm waiting for my peak season. I am.
Well, after that, I have to say it just all went downhill. We got a draw with Coventry.
You know what? I don't really know your take on it, but I actually felt that was probably the best we played so far this season.
I agree. I thought it was. I was really not looking forward to the match because and I wasn't looking forward to Birmingham because that worried me. But I think the fact of the matter is with Coventry, and we'll see later, they've got 2 really big wins. You know, they've got 12 goals. That was just in 2 games. You know, scored 12, conceded 4. And for our back 4, which was changed to not concede any, I was really pleased with.
Definitely, mate. We look solid. I think, apart from the Preston game, really, in Huddersfield, but I suppose take that into account, really, because we had pretty much changed back 4. I think defensively we've looked really good this season. Yes. And yeah, same again on Saturday against Coventry. I thought we were really good. I didn't really feel like they laid a glove on us, to be honest. I think, like you, mate, I was sort of dreading the game coming up because I think you look at their high scoring games they've had, and you think, God, attacking wise, they're really good. But I genuinely weren't that impressed. I think all they had was, I remember Stolarczyk making like one good save. Other than that, all they had was pretty much the long throwing in the box and just trying to cross it in every chance they could, really.
He had a very, very quiet game, didn't he?
Yeah.
In fairness, I was thinking, what did you predict for that score? Can you remember?
Did I go for? I can't even remember, mate. Did I go for? I think I went for 2-2.
You did. You did
2-2. Yeah.
Went bonanza, sir. But you got a point.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I did. I think that's the only points I got.
In fairness, yeah. So I went, I think it was 3-1 to Leicester. So I didn't do particularly well there. Oh, no, I went 2-1 to Leicester. Sorry. Birmingham managed to sneak past Swansea 1-0. QPR managed to beat Stoke. Now, that was a surprise. I mean, Stoke, up in second, had a really good start to the season. They've got obviously the ex-Cov manager and Leicester player, Mark Robbins, and Queen's Park Rangers did a job on them.
Again, QPR, they're going to be a tricky team this season because I think they've won the last 3 in a row or something since getting battered by Coventry or something like that. So they've been really corner and they've got good attackers, mate. That's what I will say about QPR. I think they sort of always one of the teams where they go into every season. You think, yeah, they could maybe make a bit of a playoff push this season. Whether that happens this season, I don't know. But they are a good team. They're a good setup, and I think they'll take quite a few of them big scalps this season, I reckon.
Yeah. Hi, Prash. Hello and goodbye, Prash, and thanks for popping in. Southampton. What an awful season they're having to start with. Now, I hate to say it, I'm not a fan of Will Still. I don't get what all the fuss about him is. You know what I mean? Because he hasn't really. I don't think he's played the game much, has he? Not, you know, if it is, it's only a very low level. His manager experience was mainly on PlayStation, and then he did manage somewhere in France. But as with Rude, you know, foreign managers don't always work out. I think he could be the first manager to go. Oh no, second, because obviously we've already lost Sheffield United manager.
I mean, Southampton, are they a club to really be quite hasty in sacking managers? I can't really remember. I think because of the reputation he's got in France and he's still quite highly revered footballing wise pretty much around the world, really. I think that'll buy him some time, but he's definitely got to pick up results fast, because it's definitely not the start I think we all thought Southampton would have. They're still a solid team. They think, you know, they kept quite a lot of players that they had last season, I believe, and I don't know, mate. It's just Championship, really. If you put a bet on Hull winning, beating them by what was it, 3-0 last week? Was it 3-1? Sorry. Then it's.
I don't care. Like you said, he is revered. And, you know, a lot of people were saying, oh, yeah, we should get Will Still in at Leicester. We should get Will Still. And I wonder, why? What is this fascination with the guy? We can all do well on PlayStation. You know, we can always lose a game, forget to save it and start the game again, win it. And then that's what I always used to do. If I won a game, I saved it. So if I lost the next one, I could go back and just play that game.
You know what it is? Well, I think like a lot of like the sort of the next generation of football fan coming through. I can now put myself into the generation above them because I'm getting on a bit now. But I think every sort of footballing fan wants a young manager, if that makes sense. I think at the minute it's, you know, the likes of you know, years ago when we were reappointing Nigel Pearson, and at the time obviously it was a bit like, you know, second time round, is it going to work out? Obviously it did. I think fans in general just want that young, fresh idea. I mean, for me, mate, I'll be honest, I think as much as he's won, I think Pep Guardiola's just ruined football. Like the style of play, everybody seems to be playing it. Teams that can't even play it. I think even at times we try and play it when we've got probably Vestergaard at the back that can only really play a decent pass along from the back line. And we're just seeing a lot of it, mate. And I think at the minute that's sort of the fashion. Hopefully it dies out eventually, because at times there's games I've watched this season, not only in the Championship, even in the Premier League, and just been bored to tears. Not a lot happens. It's just possession for possession's sake, really. So I think, just touching on Will Still, then I think it's because he's young. He's got the idea of playing sort of continental football, but you can only get so far with that in the Championship, really.
You can. Interesting next game. Blackburn 1, Ipswich 0, abandoned after 79 minutes. I was listening to TalkSport and I was talking to Kate earlier. This is going to put the fox in the kitchen, in the chicken coop, is what I'm trying to say. Not easy for me to say. They're waiting apparently for both teams to make their presentations to them about what they should do. It is unbelievable to think that they haven't got a plan for when this happens.
Well, it came out about, I want to say, probably about maybe a couple of hours ago now. The EFL have said it's got to be replayed from the start.
Oh, that's official now, is it?
Apparently. So, yeah, seen it on Instagram earlier on Ipswich's account. And then Blackburn, Ipswich's account, it was a bit funny, really. They sort of kept it short and sweet, but Blackburn's, obviously, their account weren't happy at all, which I totally get. It was, at the end of the day, it's not like they had an extra 75 minutes to play, and you sort of think, well, you know, yeah, Blackburn were 1-0 up, but maybe start again, lose 15 minutes. I think, personally, it's a disgrace, mate. I really do, because Ipswich at the time, they were down to 10 men. By all accounts, Blackburn were strolling, really. I don't think Ipswich really laying a glove on them, and they were in control. So if you're a Blackburn fan, you're feeling absolutely sick, and I couldn't agree more. I think it's an absolute farce.
I've just seen here, Blackburn versus Ipswich washout to be replayed in full. Cantwell's goal will now no longer stand, given the game will be replayed, but Ipswich defender Jacob Greaves, who sent off, will still have to serve a suspension. Well, that's fine. So, but does that mean that he doesn't play, but they can get somebody else in his position?
That's what happened. So they'll still have 11 men. They won't start with 10 men, which again is it. It's just the timing. Again, it's just the timing of it, mate. Like 80 minutes gone, you've got 10 minutes. You know, granted, you know, the conditions look completely unplayable and it didn't look safe at all to play football on. But it's 10 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Whether it had been different or not, if, you know, Blackburn had been 2 or 3-0 up and they'd have probably said, you know what, Ipswich, no chance of coming back in that time. I suppose you don't really know what's going to happen in football, but for me, mate, I mean, if that had happened to us, I'd be absolutely spewing.
Interestingly, we actually have set a precedent for this because do you remember the Nottingham Forest game? Carlisle suffered a heart attack at half time. The game was called off. All right, that was only 45 minutes. But we, you know, when the game was replayed, we were 1-0 down. We gave them a 1-0 start, and it would be nice. I don't think they will do it, but it would be nice if they let Blackburn from the kick-off go through and score.
I think in an ideal world, mate, it should be the least of what Blackburn get, really. So when you mentioned the Forest game, I was there. It was away, and I remember at the time when we seen, when they let the goalkeeper score, I can't remember who the goalkeeper was at the time. We're sort of thinking, what's going on here? And then he scored, and obviously went up on the scoreboard, and then it clicked in. You thought, right, you know, fair enough. We've given them the goal that they earned in the first game, really.
Yes.
And then sort of at the time, we're wondering. I remember chatting to this chap next to me. He says, "Wonder why they let the goalkeeper score?" And he said at the time, he says it will be to do with the betting because nobody really bets on a goalkeeper to score, so they'd let the goalie score. But yeah, I agree on that totally, mate. I think it'd be the right thing to do. I think Ipswich should. It's not really Ipswich's fault, really, that the game's getting replayed, I guess. But I think they'd gain a lot of respect from that if that was to happen straight away from kick-off and then just go from there.
And who can forget the Villa Leeds game? Yeah, before. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. I do feel a little bit sorry for Blackburn, I've got to say. But, you know, we can't expect the EFL or the Premier League to make decent decisions.
So, Chris, on that, what happens to that prediction now, though?
Well, it wasn't one of the Super Six.
It was ours, weren't it?
It was on ours, yes. It was on ours. I don't think either of us had it Blackburn Rovers down, did we?
I'll sort of be honest with you. I think I know we said about me losing the paper with the scores on. I think I was that angry last week, and I must have just.
What I've done.
I definitely didn't have Ipswich. Definitely didn't. No, definitely had Blackburn win. I had Ipswich to win,
I think neither of us have got any points for it.
Yeah.
And when it's replayed, we will predict.
That's it. Yeah, definitely. Ipswich 6-0.
Oh, you're going for it now, are you? You're calling it early. Thank God it wasn't one of the Super Six. That would have thrown the cat among the pigeons. But the return of the Messiah, Chris Wilder, didn't really help out. I mean, he got a superb welcome off the fans, as you would expect, but he still lost 1-0. Bit of a goal fest at Norwich. Wrexham getting, I think that was their second win of the season. First away win, beating Norwich 3-2. Preston beating Derby. Sheffield Wednesday beating Portsmouth. Wow. Who expected that?
I went 3-0 Portsmouth, I think. I'm sure I did.
The one win.
I know.
Didn't back Sheffield Wednesday. You always back them, saying like, yeah, they're going to come good.
Madness.
And that's a spot for them.
And you know what it was? Me and a couple of my pals, we do a bet club, and we both picked 2 teams each a week to win. And I had, who did I have? I think I had Plymouth. I think they got beat, so it didn't matter. I had Portsmouth because I thought to myself, there's no better team. I know I say each week how much I really want Sheffield Wednesday to do well, but there is no better team to play in football at the minute than Sheffield Wednesday. Even you know what? Even if you got a point, fair enough, you set the point, but you should at least be expecting a point. And then when they scored the second, I sent a WhatsApp to my mates and I says, "It's just our luck, ain't it? It's just our luck. It could only happen to us." But fair play to them. I was genuinely. I mean, it screwed the bet up, but I was genuinely pleased for him. It's nice to see him. It's nice to see him get off the mark.
Indeed. Now they are 4 points ahead of Sheffield United, the big rivals. Oxford, wow, went to Bristol, did us a favour, because of course Bristol are now on the same points as us. 3-1 to Oxford, and in the Monday night game, Millwall beat Watford 1-0. I do a review at 9 o'clock on Monday. Not just the Leicester game is reviewed at 6, and at 9 o'clock we review the whole championship. And what we do is we pick a performance of the week.
Mm-hmm.
So we look at all the games. So not individual, but what the best team performance of the week. You can guess who it went to, can't you?
Blackburn.
This is why you're at the bottom of the bloody prediction. No, I gave it to Sheffield. There was a couple of nominations, believe it or not. I say Blackburn weren't even in there, but no, I gave it to Sheffield Wednesday because with everything that's going on, for them to even get a point is good.
Yeah.
To get all three is and a fair play to them and well done to them on that. Right, so they were the performance of the week last week. Should we look at the table?
I'm just going to nip off and get a drink while you're doing that, mate.
No, like I said before, you've actually jumped up 2 places.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, 2 people have dropped out. And can I just say to everybody, one of those, Rob, he didn't predict for 2 consecutive weeks, and he didn't let us know. If you're going away on holiday, just put a note in the X chat. Just saying, I can't predict next week, I'm away. It's fine. You'll just, well, at the moment, it won't make any difference. You won't get any points, but not many of us are. Or predict it before you go in advance, whatever. And then the other one is left for personal reasons. So, not a good week. Brad, who was going brilliant because he was at the top and he was like, oh, they've done back and all this. Didn't last very long. He's dropped back down to 2nd. Somebody's climbed up to 9th. I'm just looking who that is. Yeah. It's me. I'm on top of Jess, which probably won't please Brad very much. Sorry, Brad. So dirty. And Josh, oh, look, you've got the bigger gap now.
I need to get my arse in gear, really, don't I? To be fair though, this week I've just looked at the group chat and I've seen quite a few of my results or predictions this week are fairly similar to Brad's. So I'm sort of thinking maybe.
Brad got no points this week. That's not going to help you. But can I just say, 8 people got 0 points this week. I mean, there's only 22 in the chat, but 8 of them managed to get 0. Do you think we should name names?
Is it going to make me feel? Will it make me feel better?
It will make you feel better, yes.
Go on then.
Yeah. Brad got no points.
So he's in 2nd, yeah.
Jeff got no points.
Jeff is, where's he?
8th.
Oh, 8th, yeah.
8th, yeah. Shane D got no points. He's just above you. So
gaining ground.
You were ground. Gap. You were closer to Rob than you were to Shane before you got out. Manny, who's also left this week, has got no points. Michael got no points. Kate got no points.
You see, happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Dan, the man from Burnley, he got no points. And Tom Hogger also got no points. So 8 people down there got no points. Tom's just come in. He didn't get he didn't get. He got 2 points, he says here. Oh, Oxford goal cost him 2 points. I'd have gone from 19th to 15th. Yeah. And Tom, I'd have gone out with Melania Trump if you'd been watching earlier, but it doesn't work. Stay tuned. We will play that again later just for a bit of fun. And of course, that's the Super 6 prediction, but of course, we have a little bit of fun between us, don't we? Now,
I wish we didn't. I wish we didn't bother this week.
we call some of us call it fun.
Yeah.
What was the score last week? Can you remember?
I was leading 6-2, I believe.
Were indeed. Should we have a look what the score is this week?
Go on.
I got another one right, and I got some ones. I think. Oh no, I got 4. I got 3 points for correct score, which I think was the Derby one.
It was.
Yeah. And then I got 1 point for another one. So look at that, brings it back to 6-6, eh?
10th times, mate, isn't it? This it's going to be interesting to see who gets their hands on the Barry Fry, the Barry Fry Shield at the end of the season.
The Barry Fry commemorative shield.
That's it. It's all to play for, mate. But now you had again, mate. I just touching on that. You had a blinding week pulling that the Preston result out the bag. As everybody can see, I got nothing. No points. No results right. Nothing. It was beyond pathetic. Couldn't look my family in the eye all weekend. It's just disgusting, disgrace.
You didn't even mention it to them.
I didn't know, but I mentioned it last week when I managed to get 6 points.
Funny that.
I couldn't stop talking about it.
Right, let's have a look what's happening this week. 1 game on Friday, which we know that is, and then 11 on the Saturday. So West Brom hosting Leicester, top of the table clash, as they say. Wrexham hosting Derby. Coventry, and you can see the ones with the coloured background are what we say are the Super 6. Good evening, Craig, by the way. Coventry, Birmingham, bit of a Midlands derby. A West Midlands derby, to give it its proper title. Swansea hosting Millwall. Charlton hosting Blackburn. Let's hope that game gets to the end. Ipswich hosting Portsmouth. Oxford, Sheffield United. Preston, Bristol, Sheffield Wednesday, QPR, Southampton, Middlesbrough, Stoke against Norwich, and finally Watford against Hull. Some interesting games in there. Any of them stick out for you?
Obviously, our game tomorrow against West Brom, I think we've had quite a tricky run of games, to be honest with you. So that's going to be a big one. Coventry, Birmingham, I think that's like you say, it's a derby in it, so and yeah. I don't really think they've got much love for each other. I say, you know what, I'd pick out probably Oxford, Sheffield United as well, because as we say, Sheffield lost every single game so far this season, and going to Oxford's going to be really tough, especially obviously after they drew with us and they got that good result on Sunday. So yeah. Ipswich, Portsmouth as well, another one, all Premier League tie, I guess. So Southampton, Middlesbrough as well. There's quite a good handful of tasty games this weekend, mate.
There certainly is, and you know what? I just think it's going to be one of those seasons like last season in the Prem was the same, where you just couldn't predict what was happening. But that's what we're going to try and do. Everybody.
Emphasis on the word try.
Yes. Sorry, I should have put fail in there as well. Right, the first game here. West Bromwich Albion hosting Leicester. West Bromwich Albion in 7th, Leicester in 4th. But West Brom have got, this is according to AI, West Brom have got a 40% chance of winning. Leicester a 32 with 28 the draw. The last 6 games, which has been the first 6 as well, 1-2, lost 2 and drawn 1. We've drawn 2, won 2 and lost 1. Pretty much hard to get between the last 3 games, home and away. Lost, drawn, won, lost. West Brom are very much defence orientated, as you can see there. We are slightly more in the attacking field. Expected goals, not a lot between us. 7 scored, 6 conceded for West Brom. 8 scored, 5 conceded for us. 46% for 2 to 3 goals is the biggest probability. I was going to once again, and I did this last week. I was going to go for 2-1, and I saw you had. And I thought,
They tell you what, no chance.
no. I can't copy you for what any point. I was talking to Kate earlier when we put our team together, and yeah, we had Jordan James starting in that number 10 role, but he's very much a box to box midfielder.
Yeah.
And we both said we'd like, with Ramsey missing his second game, Ayo to drop to there. And I want to see Carranza starting because he really went for it when he came on.
He did, mate. And you know what? I think I couldn't agree more with you about the changes I'd make as well. I think I thought Jordan James was really good. I was quite impressed with him. He looks positive on the ball. He can tackle well, passes the ball about well, but he's just not really a number 10. I think we put him in there last week. So obviously we didn't really have anybody else that could play there, I guess. But like you say, I'd rather see Ayew drop back into the 10 because let's be honest, I think Ayew plays more of a 10 than he does as a number 9. So don't he really? And it's not a knock on Ayew because I do like him. He tries hard. He works hard every week. You can see, he's putting in so much effort. But when he's dropping so far back to hold the ball up, and then you're relying on Steffi and Abdul on one side to bomb on.
Yeah.
If they're getting the ball and they're thinking, well, where's Ayew? And he's basically like in our own 6-yard box. Do you know what I mean? And I definitely until Ramsey's back, put Ayew in the 10 and. On Carranza, mate, I was impressed when he came on. Few lovely touches. He looked positive. He looked, he sounds daft for a striker, but he actually wanted to get in the box, wanted to attack, and he had a decent chance with a header, which, looking back, maybe he could have done better with. But at least he's finding them pockets to get into, and he's got to be in the right area for us. I think the starting line that you put up there, mate, is spot on exactly what I'd do. I thought, as much as Winks has been been labelled a bit naughty, I suppose, over the last few months with us, with certain goings on and that, Saturday I thought he was unbelievable, mate. And he makes, in the midfield, he makes all the difference. He really does. It was complete night and day from when he starts to when Skip starts or when Samari starts. And he's such a difference maker. He really is. So.
Okay. I did get it wrong because she did actually want Mongo to start, and I put Mavadidi in there by mistake. But I would have Mavadidi starting. I think he made that mistake, and that he had the weight of the world on his shoulder at the end of the game. And I think if you drop him, I just think it's going to, really. I think it's really like Marty will say, "Come on, fuck up, let's go again."
I think because the thing is with Steffi, everybody knows he's such a confidence player. When things are going really well, you can tell that he's going to have a good game. And I think most of his games, you can sort of tell within the first 10, 15 minutes of whether he's going to play well or not. Against Coventry, I thought he actually played. I thought he played really well.
It was one of his better games.
Yeah, he looks a lot more positive. But again, everybody misses chances. The chance he missed, it was in hindsight, it was a massive chance, and maybe he had time to take another touch and then slot it in. But I think at the minute we're managing Mongo quite well with his minutes and bringing him on at the right times. I think Mongo should probably start in a few more home games than I'd probably start him away. Probably less pressure at home, really. You guess you got the home crowd behind you, so. The team you picked, mate, I couldn't agree more with. I think that'll be the right 11 for me.
Yeah, and if we bought Carranza, let's use him. Guys, if you're in the chat, get your predictions in. You've gone 2-1, Josh.
Yeah, I think it's away from home, so it's always going to be tricky. And West Brom are always a bit of a they're always a bit of a strange side to play. You never really know what you're going to get with them. They've had, a fairly decent start like we have, really. So I think it's one of the games that it could go either way, but I can just see us nicking it. Like I said earlier, mate, I think defensively we look really good. It's just attacking wise, we just need to be a bit more ruthless when we get the chances. And I'd probably switch the ball out to the wings a bit more. Maybe give Steffi a bit more of the ball. I think sort of last week, especially, a lot of the attack went down sort of the right hand side, especially in the first half through Fatawu. And we know we can do it, but maybe just switch it about a bit, give the other teams so much more to think about, and just take his chances. So, but 2-1 for me, mate, and it'd be a good start to the weekend.
Yeah, 3-1 for me. Carranza with a hat trick. I live in home. I just think we've looked. I know we only got 2 draws in the last 2 games. We showed fight against Oxford down to 10, and we also I think we outplayed Coventry. To say they'd got the 12 in 2 games, and then they didn't score at all. I think, I have a feeling with this one. Don't always do well at West Brom, and it is a top. They are 7th, we're 4th, so it is close. But I am going for the 3-1. Now, Wrexham against Derby, not one of the Super 6, so the scores aren't there at the moment. 42% win probability for Wrexham. They've lost, drawn, lost their last 3 at home, where Derby's won, drawn, lost away. Look at that Wrexham defence, 0%. But they both concede a lot. They're both looking quite good at scoring, but they both concede a lot. 16th place, 22nd. Which way can you see this going?
I think, again, it's such a strange one. I mean, you never really know what you're going to get with Wrexham. I think this season, they're sort of finding out how hard the Championship can be. I know they won last week, and in hindsight and looking back, it's a big win. But for me, I've gone for a 2-2 draw, purely on the basis that they both do score a lot and they both do concede quite a lot. So, Derby say score a lot. I know they've only scored 8, so it could come back to bite me on the arse. But I'm going for a high-scoring, entertaining 2-2 draw here, mate.
You see, I can see why you've gone there. I can see that. I mean, in fairness, we're saying Wrexham haven't had a good start. They've only lost 2 games, which is the same as Derby. I mean, it's early days yet. The points are very close. I just wonder if Wrexham were going to struggle at home this season with the weight of expectation. Yeah, because I mean, last time they played at home, he brought Christopher Reeve's son over. Played Superman, brought his son over, and QPR beat them. Just think if they're putting that pressure on, I think I'm actually going to go 2-1 to Derby.
2-1 Derby. Interesting.
But I can totally understand why you went 2-2, and that did kind of cross my mind.
With my luck though, Chris, it'll be 2-1 Derby within the last 10 seconds. Wrexham score an equaliser. It gets ruled out because it touched somebody's fingernail or something. Do you know what I mean? And that'll be my luck. But I could agree with you, mate. It's a game that it could go either way. But it
certainly could. The third game that's up here is second of the Super 6, Derby, and I always like to put derbies in the mix because form in a way does go out the window. I mean, like I say, obviously we played Coventry last week, and I always thought Coventry were an East Midlands side, but they're actually a West Midlands side. So that buggered my 64 years of saying it was an East Midlands derby. Coventry, I mean, in fairness, under Frank, they've not lost this season. Drawn, 1-1. But the last 3 games, they've been suddenly going from a couple of really good wins to 3 draws. Birmingham, they've lost 2, won 3, but they've not lost at home, Coventry. look at their stats as well, attack and defence. I mean, it's like unbelievable. 15 goals scored. You take that out of the fact that 12 of those were in 2 games. We have to remember that. And it is 6th playing 8. You've gone 2-0.
And I don't know why. I'll be honest. I think basically because Coventry at home, and I knew Birmingham they don't score many goals because of, as I've said about it before, where I work, basically the office in Birmingham. Yeah. So there's quite a few Blues fans there, and one of my close friends, he says Birmingham they aren't great at all. He says we don't really create a lot. He says we have a lot of the ball, but there's no substance going forward. Yeah. So I knew I was always going to go for a Coventry win, but for them to keep a clean sheet, I've just gone on that basis. So that's why I went for the 2-0. But just touching on Coventry, as we said earlier, I thought against us, mate, they were nothing special, really. They really weren't.
Yeah. Birthday hi to Perry. Perry, is it? I don't know how I'm pronouncing. I'm probably totally massacring your name, but welcome along. Just found the channel, he says, so you are most welcome. Do join in with the predictions, mate. I've gone 2-2, based on, again, I don't know why, because Coventry couldn't score with the Banjo and Barn Door against us, and Birmingham aren't exactly big scorers. It's just that it's a derby. And this wasn't around last season. So I think, I don't know why. This one was a complete stab in the dark, to be honest with you, and it'll probably be 0-0 or 1-0, something like that. But hey, I went a bit out on a Josh wing here.
It'll come in for you though, pal. It don't come in for me, does it?
If this comes in for me now, you're going to be so pissed off, aren't you?
If it comes in for you now, I'm leaving the Twitter group. Don't worry about that.
But yeah, I can say there's nothing there other than the fact that they're 6th and 8th, and the fact that it's a derby. And I've gone for 1-1 further down, so that's the only reason I went for the 2-2. Which is as good a reason as any with the way we're doing.
Yeah, it's only another 2 goals, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Wayne's in. Hi, Wayne. How you doing, mate? He's gone 2-1 to Coventry, so he's sort of siding with you. Ooh, football friends.
I know, we look like we know what we're going on about, don't we?
It does, yeah. It looks good. Lacks in substance, in fairness. Right. Next up, it is Swansea against Millwall. Well, Millwall's always a difficult one to predict, but according to the stats, there 44% chance of Swansea winning it. The defences are both pretty good. Neither of them are scoring particularly high. Neither of them are really letting many in. Goal difference there or thereabouts. It was a Millwall win last season, and it's 11th playing 10th.
This is definitely one of the trickier games to call so far. I think, like you say, they both don't score many, and they're both sort of conceding roughly around the same. And obviously, Millwall have conceded more than Swansea. But again, it's I say it every single week, and I must sound like a parrot, but Millwall they're so tricky to gauge how they're gonna do. And Swansea, I think they've had a really good start this season. Definitely a better start than what many thought they'd have. I think Sheehan's really got them playing for him. So on that basis, mate, I couldn't split them, and because they both don't really score many, I've gone for a 1-1 draw in this one.
Ooh, well, I mean, when you look at the last 5 games at home, drawn, 1. Last 5 games away, drawn, 1-1. I was actually going to go 1-1 as well.
You can, Chris. You can.
Oh, I know I can, but
whether you'd want to, because I picked it, I don't know. But
If you think that's why I've changed my mind, you wouldn't be far wrong. I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm going to go Swansea 0, Millwall 1. So I think Millwall might just edge it. Craig's gone Millwall 2 0. Paul's gone. He's gone for 1-1 draw, the same as you. Curry, sorry, I might have gone to Specsavers. I can say I apologise. I know I'm murdering your name there. Swansea 1, Millwall 2, says Wayne. Press. Oh. And then somebody's ahead of us there. Let's have a look. The next game is Charlton Blackburn. William, if you can just keep up with the ones that we're talking about, then we know we're not sort of getting anything cocked up. Charlton hosting Blackburn. Hopefully this game will, like I say, last 90 minutes. This is another tight one. Not a Super 6. It's 38-34 with the win probability. 1 drawn, lost, drawn. Drawn 1, lost 1, lost. Again, not an awful lot in the last few games. Defences are better than the attacks for both teams. And look, there's very little. It's toilet paper between the two teams, isn't it? On XG.
It's really close, mate. I'll let you pick I'll let you pick first on this one.
Okay, that's a fair point. I would say you can ignore the position of 18th for Blackburn because obviously they technically got one game less.
Yeah.
Because obviously they got the match didn't finish last week. I've been really impressed with Charlton.
I think they've done all right so far, haven't they?
A lot of people have them going down, including me. And I don't know what it is. And I don't know if have you seen the latest advert for Paddy Power? Because the advert is done by the guy that used to be Charlton manager.
Right.
What was it called?
Oh, Pardew or Kirbishley.
Kirbishley, that's it.
Yeah.
And Kirbishley kept them up in the top flight for so long. The fans didn't like him and they wanted him to go, and they did. And obviously, after that, they just went. It was one of those be careful what you wish for, moments. But they've got him. Paddy Power have got him going like, I'm sending all these letters off for jobs. Nobody's getting back to me. Nobody must want a job. Somebody must need a manager. One team's got to need a manager, and his phone rings. And he picks it up. He's going, yeah. Manchester United. Yeah. No, I'm not available. You got to love a bit of Paddy Power.
The thing is, Paddy Power, they've got it in for United, didn't they? I know they've set up a few things for Man United on their Instagram and stuff. So it's always good banter. It is funny.
It is. I'm going to go opposite to what I went before. I'm going to go Charlton 1, Blackburn 0.
Okay. Again, mate, I can't really say a lot more on it than what you've already said. It's literally Rizzler paper between them both. It's so tight. On that basis, I've gone for 1-1 draw.
Another 1-1 draw.
So you've gone for, what did you say, sorry?
I've gone 1-0 Charlton.
1-0 Charlton.
So basically, out of 5 games so far, you've gone 3 draws.
I'm just looking at it now, thinking, but my strategy every week ain't worked so far, is it? So I might as well just stick with it.
Oh, indeed. Everybody, if you need a new back garden fence, Josh is your man.
I'll come and sit on it for you as well.
Yeah. Well, there's an offer you're not going to get, guys. Get in there. Charlton 1, Blackburn 2, says Gilbert. 1-0 says Prairie to Blackburn, and 1-0 to Chilwell. Oh God, Wayne's agreed with me. That's not bad though, because Wayne's quite high up in the table, so I don't mind. I might get something from that one. Ipswich Portsmouth. We're back to the Super 6 in our 6th game. Ipswich, of course, didn't play. Well, they did play at the weekend, but they got a bit wet. All that game needed really was Steve Lynix in the centre circle doing his breaststroke. Up against Portsmouth, the only football club that plays on an island, believe it or not. Wow, 58% win probability for Ipswich there. Look, I mean, Ipswich attack 100%, although they both got very good defences. 17th place, 13th. For me, I think the week before's win for Ipswich. And last week, you can't really read much into it, even if the game had finished, because it was such an awful pitch with the rain. But I wonder if that huge win over Sheffield United would be the kickstart.
I thought it was going to be, but again, like you say, I suppose last week's result against Blackburn's just neither here nor there now. For me, I've gone 2-1 Ipswich purely off the fact that I think had Portsmouth not got beat by Sheffield Wednesday last week, I'd have maybe gone for another draw here and said Portsmouth will get something. But I think to lose against Sheffield Wednesday, and again, it's not a knock on them at all, but it's like I said earlier, they're the team everybody wants to sort of play at the minute. Yeah. Although they're showing a lot of teams up with some of the results they are picking up, especially last week. So I think it's going to have a big effect on Portsmouth. That I think it's a game that obviously they'd have gone in thinking, yeah, it's going to be. We only need to turn up, really. I know it sounds disrespectful, but I think it's going to have massive effects on them. So that's why I've gone for the Ipswich 2-1. But having said that, Ipswich so far this season ain't looked great either. But I just think they'll sneak this one.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, to me, I've gone 2-1. I mean, when Ipswich played Sheffield United, they just didn't. I mean, Sheffield United played all right. They were probably the better team in the first half, but they just collapsed in the second half. But Ipswich, once they found their, shooting boots, they just demolished them. That was the Ipswich I think we wanted to see all season, and that's why I've gone 2-0, and it's at home as well. Curry has agreed with me; he's gone 2-0. Wayne's brilliant. That fence is going to get a bit busy. He's got on that fence with you. Ipswich 3-0, says William. When's Tom chipping in with his customary Planet Zanussi 4-1? It's coming. It's coming. So we're into the back six now, and it's another Super Six. Oxford, who obviously did very, very well. Although we were down to 10 men. God, our game didn't get called off. But we managed to fight back and got 2-2. But even when it was, 11 against 11, I thought Oxford were doing all right. And they've not had a bad start. One drawn, loss. Sheffield United. Look, it's got to change soon, hasn't it? Well, maybe.
We keep saying that every week, don't we?
Well, I'm very disappointed in you, and I'll tell you why in a second. But look at Sheffield United's attack, 0%. And they've just lost every game that they've gone for. Although, look at their goal. And I think that if you look at that first half against Ipswich, you can understand why they're higher than Oxford, because they were creating the chances. It's just Cannon was firing blanks, no pun intended. But you're not going to get a lot of goals in this. You can see 9-5 and 4-5, and it's a bottom of the table clash. But you've been saying for weeks and weeks that Sheffield United have got to come good. And you wait for them to appoint a new manager and do a second game, and you've gone, they're going to lose this one. I just don't get where your head's at.
What score did I go for?
3-2 to Oxford.
Oh shit! I thought I put 2-2.
No.
Right. On that basis, on that basis, Oxford, fucking hell. I don't know how I'm going to get around this now.
Hang on, let me just get a shovel for you, mate.
Right, on that basis, right, I will say Oxford, they look good against us. The week before they played us, they drew with Coventry as well, which was a big result. And then they turned over Bristol City last week away, which is massive, really, because Bristol City they've started the season off really well. All right, so I've had to change things here in this space of 20 seconds. Hence, Oxford will win this in a high-scoring encounter, even though Sheffield United don't score many. 3-2.
Wow. You've got me worried now that was what you actually predicted.
I'll be honest with you, mate. I can't remember if it was 2-2 or 3-2. I don't know, but either way, I'll stick with it. I'll stick with the 3-2.
Who are we talking? Oxford, Sheffield United?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to actually, I apologise, sir.
Go on.
I got that wrong. You went 1-1.
Really? Here I am pleading my case with an Oxford 3-2 win.
I'm just checking. I've not gone 3-2 now.
I thought to myself, that looks like a 2-2, that is. And I thought, I swear I said 3. No, I swear I said 2-2. Then you said I said 3-2. You managed to convince me that there'd be 3.
Well, no, in
fairness, 3 more goals.
In fairness, look, I do a lot of this during the day. I do confuse myself.
I'm happy to stick with a 3-2 though, mate. I think I impressed myself with the way I pleaded the case.
I can't. I wish I could because you put 1-1 in the chat, so I've got to go 1-1.
If it's a 3-2 now, mate, I will lose my melon. That'll be it.
No, do you know why? Right, I'm not just saying this. You can check this in the group. But Tom, our Tom, Mr. 4-1 to Leicester, Tom. He predicted just above you.
Right.
He went Oxford 3, Sheffield United 2.
Right. Okay.
So, in fairness, what I'd done, I'd looked at the wrong one. So, apologies for that, mate. Do you want to go? Right, all right, I tell you what I'm going to do, because I've made a cock up here. Do you want to go 3? I'll let you go 3-2 or 1-1.
You got me thinking now. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip a coin for it. So, we'll go heads. I'll go heads 3-2, tails 1-1. Tails 1-1.
1-1, you going for? Okay.
1-1, yeah, 1-1.
So,
my argument about Oxford winning a high-scoring game, then if we just delete that, just edit that out. Everybody forget that. It's going to be 1-1 because, and I'll tell you why. Sheffield United don't score many, but Oxford draw quite a few games, so that's why it's going to be 1-1.
Anything that you've just listened to for the last 15 minutes.
There'll be people sat at home going, "What's this dickhead on about?"
Well, like I said, Wayne's accused you there of gaslighting. And Josh's randomness. On the basis that you'd gone 3-2, I went 1-1.
Gaslight.
I think it's going to be a very tight game. Sheffield United don't score many. Sheffield United get a lot of draws.
That's right. That's right, Chris.
Oh, what the fucking hell? How awful are we? I've gone 1-1 because last week was Wilder's first game back, and he did manage to hold it just to a 1-0 loss. This could be a good game for them. I know, Charlton are a lot of favourites to go down, people's favourites, but Oxford are down there with them. And I think if it was at home, I might have gone United to win it, but I'm going. Well, That's why I've gone 1-1. Wayne says he needs paracetamol. Wayne, it's a damn good job you're not in America then, because obviously President Trump says do not take paracetamol. And talking about Trump, this is what he had to say about us earlier.
Wonderful. Chris is wonderful. I love him to bits, and I am unanimous in that opinion. This is the #1 show in the UK. In fact, I should get Chris working as my press officer. Only yesterday, Melania said to me that Chis is so sexy. Donald, can we get Chris's show in the bedroom?
Melania, call me. My phone bleeped then. I thought, oh my God. Anyway, let's have a look. Let's try and get this back on track. Oxford 0, Sheffield United 2, says Wayne, Wilder effect. Purry's gone 1-2 to Sheffield United. 2-1 Oxford, says Craig. Wayne says he loves you. Well, you are sharing a fence, so, you know.
Good man, Wayne. Let's keep it going, pal.
And there we go. Right. Please God, I hope I got the rest of these right. I'm just looking now. I've got yours up. Well, this one isn't a Super 6, so it's Preston, Bristol City. This, again, is a very tight game. Fifth hosting third. Last season, Bristol won it 3-1. Again, XG is not a lot of difference, but Bristol's attacking is really, really hot. 13 goals they've scored, but they're letting in 7. So, again, it's going to be pretty tight, this one.
Another tricky one to call, pal. Well, I mean, I won't tell you more. I'll let you pick first on this one again.
Okay.
Before I have a go, it's going to be a close one, pal. Again, I think either way, I'm not going to pick a draw, but I don't think there'll be many goals in it either way. It's so tricky. It's so tricky. I mean, I think what's sort of put a doubt in my head about Bristol City now is I know it's only sort of one defeat, but it was just the way Oxford beat them last week. It sort of made me think, is the good start slowly sort of coming to an end now for them? I know it's early days, but all it takes is a result like that for you to drop off. I mean, we've seen that plenty of times as Leicester fans. So I'll wait for you to give your score on this one, and then I'll give you mine.
Well, I was just checking because the next 2 Super 6 games, which are the last 2, I'd actually put Tom's score down for you. So just so ignore what comes up. Ignore what comes up, guys. This is going to be a tight one. Bristol have had a great start, and I actually went on. I love playing with AI. She's a little Chinese woman that I've met. Brilliant, Chris.
Oh, my stomach hurts. Oh, God.
Stop it. Let's get this back on track. I'm trying to stop.
Oh, God. Different class.
Where were we? Oh, yeah. Me and AI. I was on AI. That doesn't sound any better, does it?
No, you're digging yourself a bit. You're digging yourself a bigger hole here, mate.
This whole AI is definitely going down. Like AI. I was checking AI on the laptop earlier, and they've done a predicted final table, and they've actually got Bristol City in second going up. Stop the show. wish we could. This I do. I'm going to have to go for another 1-1 because I literally can't separate these two. What do you think, AI? I'll get in the kitchen and wash the dishes. Go on.
I was going to go 1-1, but I'll be different. I will go for. I want to go for a. I'll go for a 2-2 draw on this one.
You go for a Desmond.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm sorry. Right. Next time.
You know what I thought you was going to say. You know how you were trying to rephrase your words regarding AI. I honestly thought you was going to go. I was using AI, and I thought you can't really say that either, Chris. You know what I mean?
There were so many things you couldn't say. Once I'd opened that door, then there was no shutting it, was there? Oh,
dear.
Sheffield Wednesday QPR. Look, great win for Sheffield Wednesday. Only scored 5 goals this season, though conceded 12. QPR scored double that. Sheffield Wednesday's attack and defence, literally both is 0%. And if you notice, I've got rid of offence for those Americans amongst us. They've lost the last 3. QPR better to begin. I'll go first. Well, you can see what this one is. I've gone 2-1. And you have got that fence firmly planted up between your cheeks, haven't you?
I've not. You've got mine wrong.
I have. You're right. You've gone 3-1.
I've gone 3-1 QPR. Yeah. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see Sheffield Wednesday get back-to-back results, but again, just quickly, we've already spoke about obviously QPR earlier. They are a good team, and I think they'll go to Hillsborough and they'll pick the win up. But again, with Sheffield Wednesday, you're never too sure. But no, for me, mate, QPR get another win here.
Yeah. Wayne's gone Sheffield Wednesday 1, QPR 2. Good man, Wayne. Craig's gone 2-0 QPR. Perry's gone 2-0 to Wednesday. Right. I've sent her out the room now, so hopefully I can concentrate. Next up, it's Southampton. My favourite manager, playing Middlesbrough. Look, Middlesbrough have had an absolutely brilliant start to the season. The top of the league. And they're playing Southampton, are in 19th. Look at Middlesbrough, 89% rating on their attack, 59 on the defence. Scored 11, only conceded 4. And look, their XG is quite low at 1.16. I'm surprised at. I watched Southampton. I watched a bit of Southampton against Liverpool. I mean, I don't know if you watched that at all. Can I just say what a stupid fucker the Liverpool player was? He got booking earlier for booting the ball away, right? Stupid thing to get a booking for. He then goes and scores the winner and takes his top off.
It's a daft decision, really. I mean, I could understand if it was a big league game where there were 3 points at stake, but in the Carabao Cup, it's a bit daft, really. I mean, he's only a young lad, isn't he? But yeah, it was a bit. Maybe he just fancied a bit of time off. When he gets his ban, just fancied a week off. So
well, I was watching it then, and I didn't know he'd been booked before, and I thought, well, you're going to get a booking now. Saw the yellow card go out, then I saw the red one, and then his teammate rang up and was literally shaking him, going, "You stupid fucking bastard! What are you doing?" But Southampton, again, if they'd taken the chances, that could have been a completely different result, which is why they're at home. I still think Middlesbrough will win it, but I have gone 1-0 to Middlesbrough. You haven't gone 4-1. Tom has gone 4-1.
That's right.
I don't know what the hell Tom's on, but I'll have a pint of it. Thank you very much. But you've also gone for Middlesbrough win.
Yeah, I've gone 2-1 Middlesbrough. Again, like you said, they've been really impressive this season. Rob Edwards has gone in there and he's doing really good things for them. They look good in attack, look really good in defence. They look like the complete package. So I think they're gonna they'll go to St Mary's and they'll pick up a 2-1 win here, I think.
Yeah. 3-1 says Wayne. 3-1 says Perry. 2-1 says Craig. Everybody's going for a Middlesbrough away win there. Stoke versus Norwich. Because does not Deirdre, what's she called? The cook. Does she still own them?
Were you going to say Deirdre Barlow?
No.
You're thinking of shit. She done that. Who are you? Delia Smith.
Delia Smith. That's it.
I think she's still alive with Barry Fry. I think it could be the
They could have a joint funeral, couldn't they? No, all I was going to say was I know where Delia Smith lives. Let's be
say that again. Let's be funny.
Oh, this is why people watch it. We've lost another viewer. Stoke in second, they're having a good time. Like I said, appointing Mark Robbins. I would have been very happy with Mark Robbins, to be honest with you. Not that I'm happy with Marty, but I think that's a good choice for them. Norwich not started well. They've they came up, down. Then I think they came back up and then down again, and they've kind of lost it since then. I think it was since they got rid of Farke, but 44% win option for Stoke, only 28 for Norwich. Pretty much, again, the attacking and defence ratings are pretty even. They can both score. They both got 9 goals, but Norwich have also let 9 in. Second place, 16th. You go first, Josh.
I think the thing is with Stoke. I mean, at the minute, obviously they've had a cracking start, but you never really know whether they're going to maintain it. I think they've sort of been around mid-table-ish sort of area most seasons in the Championship. I know last season I think they only just managed to avoid relegation, really, or they had like a game or 2 games left. So they've had a great start this season. Norwich, again, you never know what you're going to get. They've got Josh Sargent's the main man. I think, when they went up to the Prem, it always looked like they were signing players basically anticipating coming back down. They had a squad of players to go again in the Championship. They were ready for it. Went back up, then come back down again. And it just goes to show, mate, that you have a couple of shit transfer windows, and it can all go to pot. We know that full well with the sum we bought in Samari, Daka, and them sorts of players. So you need to make sure you're getting it right. And unfortunately for them at the minute, it don't like they are. It's still early days. It's still early days. Times, it can all change. But I think had this been a Carrow Road, I'd probably give Norwich a point. But I've gone for a 2-1 Stoke win on this one.
Oh, 2-1. Right. Well, last season it was 1-1. I don't see it being a draw this season. I know Stoke lost to QPR beat Stoke. Wayne said he didn't see that coming. But they're back at the Britannia. I think they're going to get this, and I think it'll be reasonably easy. I've gone 2-0 to Stoke. Craig's gone 1-1. Query's gone 2-0. Good man. And Wayne's gone again 2-1 to Stoke.
Good man, Wayne. Good man.
Thank God it's the last game. Which means I've got to bring my other friend out.
Donnie has just said, I too am a Chris fan, and I love to wake up with him in the mornings.
He is going to say he is referring to my breakfast show. That's all right, just in case anybody thinks otherwise. All right, here we go. Last game, Watford hosting Hull. This is all going to be Watford, according to the probability. 44% chance of winning compared to 28. 21st place, 14th, though. Watford lost, drawn, 1. Again, this is pretty close. 1 drawn, lost, 1. At home, Watford, they've done one of everything. Hull haven't done very well away. They've got 2 draws and a loss. XG, again, there's not much between them. You go I'll let you go first, Josh.
Let's get the crap out of the way then.
He wasn't talking to you, AI. Don't worry. He's talking about the football.
Pretty much exactly what you said, mate. Both two teams, pretty inconsistent, really. I just wrote the score down and looking. I mean, it'll make sense. It'll make sense with Hull because they're scoring and conceding. But with Watford, I didn't realise they'd only scored that many goals, to be honest. So it could go down the Swanee. But I've gone for a 2-2 draw in this one, mate. I think either way, 2-2, 1-1, 0-0, could be even 3-3. I don't think there's going to be a winner in this, so that's why I've gone for a high scoring 2-2 draw, pal.
Just as you were saying it, I was writing mine down, and I went 2-2.
Do it. Let's
I've written it down. Yeah, I'm committed to it. I think this will be a 2-2. That's if you don't mind me getting on the fence with you and Wayne.
I'll be honest, mate. I'm glad you've actually agreed with one of my predictions.
Have we actually agreed with anything else?
No.
No.
We've not.
We've agreed with wins and draws and things, but that's the first one we've agreed. There must be a reason for that. I'm not. Josh, thanks very much, mate.
It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, mate. I genuinely look forward to it every week. It's always a laugh, and I know I'm fucking beyond useless at it, but I turn up and I try, so that's all I can do.
I literally I throw darts at a board. That's how I think mine, mate. You know.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, but thanks so much for joining us. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Really do appreciate it. Apart from Wayne's Craig and Wayne have gone for a Hull win, and Perry went for a Watford win. Wayne copying homework. Tension. He's thinking about Monger again, isn't he? School and detention and homework. Thanks everybody that's been in the chat. Appreciate it. If you're watching on catch up, remember, and in the chat, subscribe, like, and share. And if you're listening via your favourite podcast platform, thank you very much. And of course, I have to end with a huge big thank you to our 2 special guests, Donald and JD. I wish all the best to your family. Take care.
See you later, Chris. Have a good weekend, pal.
And you, mate. Take care. Bye-bye.
Ta-ra, mate.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network.
TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.